Hey guys. Okay, now this video is an event-based video, as you probably already know, okay? But this video, guys, is gonna be about if you should take cash for your event space. Yes, if you should take cash. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zia. Build the business you love, and I teach people how to do this. I teach people how to get this thing going, how to start, operate, and manage event spaces. Okay, I teach you guys how to just get started. For a lot of us, we be feeling like, we don't know where to start. We don't know where to get our funding from. We don't know where to get our the space from, the commercial space. We don't understand zoning and permitting and planning and C of O's. If that's you, you're lost. I have a course that teaches you all of this stuff, and it's actually affordable, and I give payment plans. Okay, so be sure to check out that course. The link is in the bio, and let's get into it. All right, guys, so this video is going to be a little bit long, probably around the 10-minute mark, okay, because it's just going to be, giving you guys examples of what you should and shouldn't be doing and why you should and shouldn't be doing it. I think a lot of people, they talk about, that they can help you to start an event space, but they don't give you the information like I do. They don't. I'm just saying, they do not give you the information like I do. You could look at all my YouTube channels. All my YouTube videos on my channel dedicated to event-based ownership, talking about all of the little things that matter, that people do not discuss, that people charge for. Let's be real. Okay. All right. We're going to get into the cash talk. Now, first, we're going to talk about the positives, right? The positives of taking cash, like money, like paper money, old school way. There's a couple pros, and because it feels good to take cash, but it is a little bit risky. It's risky. So I say that because, and I call it the cash trap. Because it's a little risky. Okay, I'm gonna show you why. But it's good because you could feel like cash feels easy, right? Count the money, but it gives you like a false sense of security. Okay, it does. And if you don't have a paper trail, which cash does not give you, then when it's time to start to do stuff like get money and funding for your business, that's not really going to happen, because the chances of you guys putting that money into the bank account and recording everything and doing all the things you need to do in order for it to look like transactions like the old school way is slim, right? Who's going to the bank these days? Another pro is that, you don't have to worry about chargebacks. That's a big one, because a lot of people in the event space world, they be getting chargebacks. Like, people will have their event, they will smile in your face. They'll invite their grandma giving you hugs, telling you how beautiful the event was, how beautiful your space is, and how wonderful your customer service is. But guess what? They could come back and do a chargeback on that $14, $15, $16, $2,000 event that they just had. And because the credit card companies are their customer, a lot of times they take their word. So in my course, guys, I show you guys how to fight those chargebacks. But that's just one of the reasons why people choose cash, because they don't want to get a chargeback, right? Also, it's really about understanding. I don't have that many pros when it comes to taking cash. I'll be honest with you. It's definitely more cons for me. So let's get into those cons, shall we? So basically, guys, you're going to be walking around with cash. If you're considering your safety, right? And these are big amounts of cash. This is not like $50. If your space is $2,500 and people are putting down half of that, then you're walking around with that. And people watch. The lurkers are lurking. The scammers are scamming. Okay, people are out there, and you have to monitor and be careful about your actions and what you do, especially these days. Eggs are $10. I don't know when you're watching this video, but eggs are $10, and people are experiencing hardships. So people are doing crazy stuff. Let's go into con number 2. The reason why you shouldn't, because this really is a video about why you shouldn't take cash. Let's be honest. The second reason is because you have to understand that you have to do a contract or get a contract and get a retainer in order to consider the person booked. Okay, so it's like a marriage. Okay, the contract has to be signed and a retainer has to be given, right, to consider the person booked. Now, what happens is you have to now wait for that person to come in. old school. You have to wait for the person to come in, give you money, old school, right? And actually have them sign the contract, or however you're going to set that up, because usually you'll do it in a form of automations. So you're basically waiting for that manual booking to come in. And honestly, it could bring out more stress, right? So, and how are you keeping track of this stuff? Number 3. So now you have to keep track of everything. You are at a higher risk of double booking. Double booking is basically booking the same day to 2 different people. You only have one space. If you book the same day to 2 different people, that's considered double booking. And you have that situation occur if you don't have automations, if you don't have systems in place to help you to schedule stuff, right? And to help you to book your bookings, because it happens and it happens often when, someone is booking one day, another person is booking the same day, and maybe you forgot to write it down. Maybe you forgot to, account for it in whatever method you're accounting for it on your calendar or whatever. But when you take cash, there's no way in order for your systems to know that you've taken that cash unless you told it that you've taken that cash. So you're basically relying on your memory, okay? And it leads to more human error. And that's just one mistake away from disaster. Let's go into number 4. Systems like Honeybook, they have another one called Keep. You have Bond to Do or something like that, and another one called Higher Level. That one is kind of new, but these systems can actually help you to track all that's going on within your business, including the booking. So this way, the person can make the create the booking by signing the contract digitally online, and they can also make the payment online, make that marriage, and that's when you're considered booked. Remember? For me, these days, automations is non-negotiable. So if you're just writing stuff on your calendar or trying to figure it out and keep it organized because you're taking cash deposits and it doesn't automatically add it to your calendar unless you add it to your calendar, then you can run into, a lot of mistakes. So I like automation for this type of business. It's really up to you, though, how you decide to run your business, right? But in terms of running a smooth process, right, with no hiccups, then I wouldn't suggest to have a cash system, especially if you're trying to grow your business, like I said earlier. Remember, what gets measured gets managed. If you are not depositing that money correctly, if you are not accurately writing down exactly the deposit that you took, you can run into a lot of mistakes, right? And you can't really measure the accuracy and how things are working because you don't even have that data. You're going to have to generate that data on your own. Whereas if you have an automated system that does it for you, it's just a few clicks of a button. And I've literally done it all, right? But I will never in my life recommend for someone to do a cash-based system as a mentor. Anyway, guys, be sure to grab some of my resources. I have free resources as well as my paid course. And I'm looking into starting a mentorship soon. So I want you to keep up with all of the going on. So join my email list by grabbing that freebie. Okay. And if you're really looking at starting and knowing what goes into an events-based business, then grab the course, because I'm going to show you from point A to point Z all the things that goes into it to starting, operating, and managing an event space. And like I tell people, if you have watched the full course and you've seen everything that goes into it and you decide, hey, maybe this isn't for me, that's okay too. I am not the mentor to tell you to do it anyway. The business should fit into your schedule, into your lifestyle, not the other way around, right? We're working differently. It is 2025. We're working differently, right? And we want to make sure that life is going smoothly for us. This is how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to enjoy what we do and do what we enjoy. I'm Zia, build a business you love. Be sure to check me out on all the platforms, and be sure to follow me and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Later.